taken a large bite out of college football. The man for whom the stadium is named, Bill Snyder, built this program from the losingest in the history of college football to a formidable foe and home of the Kansas State Wildcats. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Volunteers will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Johns. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Kansas State's offense will go on the attack first. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback. They got a sack on the very first snap.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is
intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Wildcats! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
Man, how great is it to see the most athletic position on the field doing work, showing he can be a running back, showing he can be a wide receiver. I mean, what else can't a defensive lineman do? What an athlete.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The give to the tailback. Got the first down and more.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you, too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it. They can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Just listen to the little apple. You can hear it all the way to the Big Apple as they try to get the defense off the field. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Volunteers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. And the Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. The Vols are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Tennessee! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Give to the back. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, and trying to complement the defense's good work, breaks into the open. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Using his feet to buy time. On the run, fires downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the 2nd level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Complete. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the 1st half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Volunteers! necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Kansas State quick to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
It's complete. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. DB's right up on the receivers. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. They'll move the wide receiver. Good jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. He's looking downfield to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He's got it. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Working that left side now. Sweet spin. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He caught it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3.
This offense has become a 1st down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps and not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. And They've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the... They got him! The pressure got home, and the defense makes sure this drive comes up empty. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Kansas State pushing the pace. Going to sling it on 2nd down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
Yeah, and I think I'm preaching to my squad right now.
Grabs it inside the 15. He's brought down the 1, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown ball.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Tennessee, 21. Kansas City, 7.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offense...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it! And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. And the Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The short hands, it's Johns. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Johns. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. He splits the uprights. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Fakes to grab. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And the Volunteers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can't stop the clock. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. He's got him this time. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He turns that loose down the right side. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Manhattan. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the second half. Coming out with it, it's Vaughn. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here is the Tennessee offense. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football game.
Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early.
You know, that's a throw in the drag route where you just got to have patience. You got to let your wide receiver clear through all the bodies in the middle of the field, and he just couldn't hook up on that one.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of games.
Just listen to the Little Apple. You can hear it all the way to the Big Apple as they try to get the defense off the field. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
That's the way you answer your halftime speech. You gave up a lot of points in that first half. What did the defense do? The first possession, you set the tone in the second half. Get the big stop, get the big sack. Really nice answer by this defense.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Volunteers have this offense rolling. Looking to pass. It's Coffee. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. But what a play pick up the first down. And this Big Orange offense getting it done in the passing game.
And great execution by the quarterback. And when you think about Tennessee offense, man, when they got their trigger man, and they've had some great ones, Peyton Manning, T. Martin, Hendon Hooker had an unbelievable run. They find that guy, man, their offenses have been so hard to stop.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Vols have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tennessee. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say it's a seam wide open. The 30. He's at the touchdown. Kansas State made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
As an offense, you've got the lead, you've had success running the football. You hope that this play is just a blip, because you know you're going to have to lean on your bell cow running back to ice this game and close it.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down, they'll go to the air. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
He's tackled.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Wants to go up top. Going over the top. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Touchdown, Wildcats! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, the hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him, and the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Moncrief. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
It's complete to the left. At the 40, there he goes. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball. Here he goes. Defense picks it up. He's at the 10. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. An easy decision there for the offense to decline the penalty and take the touchdown. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by 10 over SMU. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Vols can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Working the middle, it's complete. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Got his man quickly. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Dropping stepping back. It's Coffee. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and where's that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
And the Volunteers look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Moncrief. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. Looks as if they'll stay aggressive here. They go 5 wide on 2nd and 3. Wants to go up top. Using the quick game. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Volunteers! They've got the lead here in the 4th. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Johns. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Oh, better look out! Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively. It kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Kansas State quick to the line. The corners are walked up tight. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. Turning it on. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. On the run, it's Dave. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on third down. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up.
Touchdown ball! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. A little release to the back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Hit as he throws. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another